Hello, everyone, and welcome to Module 4 Streamlining Admin and Communication. We are going to focus in this module on how to reclaim hours every week by automating the paperwork that usually buries educators. Today, you will learn about drafting professional parent communications in under 3 minutes using AI tools, generating IEP goal drafts and progress monitoring language, creating report card comments efficiently for entire class rosters, and building reusable templates for recurring administrative documents. I want you to think about your last week at school. How many hours did you spend on actual instruction versus paperwork, emails, documentation, and administrative tasks? If you're like most teachers, like I am, the ratio is very painful. One study estimated that teachers spend only 49% of their time on instruction, and the rest of the time we spend it on meetings, planning, grading, communicating, documenting. In my case, and I'm a band director, music teacher, I spend a lot of time dealing with equipments, sheet music, fixing music stands, and on and on and on. Today, I'm going to show you how to cut the time you spend on administrative tasks by 50 to 70%. Not by doing them poorly, but by using AI tools to handle the first draft so you can spend your time refining instead of creating from scratch. Let's start with the task that eats more teacher time than almost anything else, and that is parent communication. Whether it is a positive update or a behavior concern, a conference request, or even a response to an angry email, every message requires careful wording. Here's the system. Step 1 should be identifying the communication type and key points. Step 2 should include using a template prompt. And step 3 is where you personalize and send. Let me show you a template prompt for a behavior concern email. Here's an example. You are a caring professional elementary school teacher who communicates with warmth and respect. We are setting the persona, and we're following the roles format that we talked about in the previous module. Next, draft a parent email about, here you would include the specific behavior, and you can and should use anonymized description. The tone should be collaborative, not accusatory. Include a specific observation of the behavior without judgment, its impact on learning, a question asking for the parent's perspective, and a suggested next step. Keep it under 200 words. Now I want you to try this out in your AI tool of choice and look at the output. It should be warm, professional, specific, and under 200 words. And it should only take you about 45 seconds to generate. Now in the next step is where you would personalize. You should swap in the actual context, adjust the tone based on your relationship with the parent, and add any detail the AI couldn't know. The total time from blank screen to the sent email should be under 3 minutes. Now compare that to the 15 to 20 minutes it often takes to draft a sensitive parent email from scratch. Multiply that by the 5 to 10 parent emails a week many teachers send, and you're saving 1 to 2 hours per week on this one task alone. Now, let's talk about IEP documentation. I want to be crystal clear about something first. AI does not and should not replace the IEP team's professional judgment. Your understanding of the student, your observations, and your expertise are irreplaceable. But the writing, the specific compliant language of IEP goals, present levels of performance, and progress reports, that can be drafted by AI and refined by you. Here's the critical privacy rule. Never ever enter a student's real name or identifiable information into any AI tool. Let me say that again. Never enter a student's real name or identifiable information into any AI tool. Always use anonymized descriptions, such as a 4th grade student with a specific learning disability in reading who currently reads at a 2nd grade level. Now I want you to use your AI tool of choice again, and I want you to try this prompt. Quote, you are a special education specialist experienced in writing compliant, measurable IEP goals. Draft 3 IEP reading goals for a 4th grade student currently reading at a 2nd grade level. Each goal should include a condition statement, the specific skill, performance criteria, and a timeline. Goals should be measurable and aligned to grade level standards. Use the format given condition, student will specific skill, you will specify the skill here, with specify the accuracy and criteria, by specify the date, as measured by specify the assessment method. So you would give the AI tool the condition, you would just say student, you would specify the skill, the accuracy, and the date, and measure by which assessment method you desire. The output gives you 3 properly formatted measurable goals in seconds. I want you to try it on your own. You can also compare with other AI tools just so you see how similar or different the answers are. And then you should adjust the specifics based on the actual student's profile, present levels, and team discussion. Now let's talk about report card season. The 2 words that make every teacher groan. Let me show you a workflow that transforms an all-weekend task into a 2 to 3 hour task. First, you should create a prompt template and have it saved. Here's the prompt template, and I quote, you are a, specify the grade level, teacher writing report card comments. For each student description I provide, write a 3 to 4 sentence comment that includes one strength, one area of growth, and one specific suggestion for home support. The tone should be warm, professional, and encouraging. Now, I do know that many school systems, they have a legend or a specific table of comments that are coded into whatever grading system you use or grading platform you use. In this case, it should be much easier, and you can leave this part out or adjust it as you see fit. After this, you can provide the anonymized student snapshots. Quote, student A, strong in computation, struggles with word problems, participates actively in class. The AI tool should generate draft comments for each student. You personalize, adjust, and finalize as needed. For a class of 25 students, this should usually take 2 to 3 hours instead of 8 to 10, so it considerably cuts down the time you spend on these housekeeping chores. Now, when we think about handling difficult communications, probably the most common one is receiving an angry parent email. And we should follow this 4-step process here when we try to incorporate AI tools to our advantage. The first one is always to breathe. Never respond to an angry parent email emotionally. Take a step back. Second step is to prompt. Ask your AI tool to draft a calm and empathetic response addressing their concerns. Always use the roles framework that we discussed in modules 2, and make sure you include the original text from the parent email. Step 3, personalize. Adjust the tone based on your relationship with the parent and also add more context so the AI tool can be more accurate in its response. Lastly, step 4, review it and send. Read it once more for tone. Make sure that it is collaborative and not defensive. And once it is ready, you can send it. AI tools excel at generating calm professional language for sensitive situations, and they help remove the emotional reactivity from your first draft while you add the human context. Now, you should also use AI tools to build your admin template library, and this will cut down time in future tasks once you get templates for all sorts of different tasks going, and you can save them into different folders or however you see fit in your day-to-day job. Things such as positive progress or behavior concerns, conference invites, report card comments, missing assignment. If you create different templates using AI tools for each of these tasks, it will definitely add up the time that you save on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis. Now, this slide here of student data privacy reference is a printable slide that I suggest everybody prints out and keeps it handy in your classroom. The key principle here is that when in doubt, you anonymize. General teaching information is always safe, but anything that could identify a specific student requires anonymization. So when we look at the different tasks that we just discussed that are part of our jobs but not necessarily teaching, we can take a look at how much time we can save in a week. For parents' email, we could add 1 to 2 hours to our day. For documentation and reports, same, 1 to 2 hours. The same can be said for IEP writing and progress notes. And when it comes to report card comments, we can save up to 6 to 8 hours. That adds up to a total of 5 to 10 hours every week in time savings. The key mindset shift in this module is this: you are not asking AI to do your job. Instead, you're asking AI to do the labor-intensive parts of your job, so you can then focus on the parts that require your irreplaceable human judgment. Every minute you save on paperwork is a minute you can spend on a student who needs you. Now, I want everybody to head to the workbook and work on the exercises for this module. You're going to build your own admin template library. The key takeaways from this module include the following. Number 1, parent emails. Under 3 minutes with AI templates versus the usual 15 to 20 minutes from scratch. Number 2, student privacy is non-negotiable because of FERPA. Always anonymize before entering data into AI. Number 3, report cards. When it comes to report cards preparations, you can save 2 to 3 hours for a full roster instead of spending an entire weekend. Lastly, you're not asking AI to do your job. Remember, you're reclaiming time for the human work of teaching and also for your mental health. As the next steps for this module, don't forget to complete the quiz for Module 4. And also, as I said earlier, make sure you head on to the workbook exercises so that you can build your templates and create your parent email template library. And lastly, your time audit. Track the admin hours for 1 week using all the different techniques and skills discussed in the slide, and see how much time you save in your particular classroom and situation. Good luck.